There are three reasons people get sick. I'll just run through that. Number one is chemical imbalance. Everyone who studied chemistry will agree with me. Chemical imbalance. When you eat a bankpamo in the morning, a bankpamo in the afternoon, a bankpamo in the evening, a bankpamo for 1 week, and you fall sick, it is not an attack. A bankpamorization. Listen to me, child of God. Food is medicine. What you eat is medicine. Our grandfathers lived to 89, 95, and they were strong. You know why? They were organic. They take vegetable. All this baking and frying reduces the potency of nutrients. All this baking, by the time you bake something, value drops. You fry all those oil, it drops. Natural. Food is health, is medicine. What you eat is a drug to your body. So if you want to stay healthy, eat the right things. Apostle, I like sweet mouth. That sweet mouth is the beginning of diabetes. I'm teaching you excellence. Not everything should come to your mouth. It's not every time you eat. There are times of the day you shut down your system. Because you eat by 11 p.m. and go to sleep, the digestive metabolism is minimal. There are some people, 7 p.m., they don't take anything. They want to go to bed so that their body is free. Some people, 1 a.m. You like food so much, so the extent you sleep, they feed you. You like food so much that you eat in real life and eat in the dream. What you eat. What you eat. Am I communicating now? Am I communicating now? It's very important. What you eat, you will not fall sick. Try it. Begin to take the right things. You discover you start staying healthy. You start staying healthy. You start staying healthy. You start staying healthy. There are people in one spot. 5 fufu. 2 amala. And to them, they'll carry more than 20 pieces of meat. Red meat, or this is somebody who's over 50. To him, that's enjoyment. You have heart condition. You smoke. You have bronchitis. You take alcohol. You are killing your system. You must be very intentional to live long. Number 2, cause of sickness. What is the first? Second is sin. That is why in the Bible, anytime you see a remedy for sin, you see a cure for sickness. Who forgiveth thy iniquity and healeth. Psalm 103 and verse 3. Then we see as the went further to say, he was wounded for our transgression, bruised for our iniquity. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. By his stripes. John chapter 5 verse 14. He said, go and sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon thee. You are healed now. But if you sin again, something bad will happen. So, sin is the gate man, sickness is the worker. When you live a life of sin, you open up yourself for attack. There are people, by reason of a sinful life, they become vulnerable to sickness, vulnerable to disease. By reason of living a life of iniquity. You see why you must run from sin? Sin, a life of sin, opens you up to the vicissitudes, the attacks of the enemy. You become vulnerable. You are an immoral man, an immoral woman. So before you know it, your system is shutting down. Because this body, are you aware that even fasting is a puritant? You can fast to purify your system. So when you understand the benefits of purity, you enjoy holiness. Because, I wish I'm talking to anybody here. I'm wasting time. Not knowing the physical benefits of purity, the health benefits of purity. You told a lie. So you are afraid of being caught. That can synchronize with your blood pressure. You told a lie. You said something that was not true. So every day you are panicking. I hope I will not be caught. Your blood pressure is already affected. You are seeing the sequence? But you told the truth, you are calm, because the truth is the truth any day. I wish somebody's getting something today. Number 3 cause of sickness is demonic attacks. There are people, sickness fire to them like Job. It was fired at Job. Demonic attacks. Fired at Job's. Fired at Job. It was an attack from hell. Don't forget what I said. Chemical imbalance. Sin. When I say sin, sin is transgression. Sin is anything that's error. Hello? How many of you know sin is not just smoking, drinking, morality? Gossip is sin. Backbiting. A pastor left a branch of a church and is posted somewhere else. He did not rebel. He didn't fight the ministry. He didn't speak against the ministry. He's still in the ministry. And the branch where he left, everybody there is attacking him. And there's a new pastor there who is supporting, not knowing that what they did, you see, now broom they take drive first wife. Broom when they take drive first wife, they go keep him. If they wait for second wife. When you allow error, you allow error. Somebody left our ministry and somebody went with the person. I didn't see anything until their doors shut, everything shut, and they came for prayers. And I said, how? You didn't see the circumstances around this? Evil has no relative. Evil. You don't relate with evil for the sake of your future. Sin. When a minister finish talking like this, you gather yourself to start x-raying what I said. Am I communicating here? Someone is going about now. Apostle is harsh, apostle is harsh, apostle is harsh. I left his harsh. And I was asked yesterday, I told somebody for the first time, I'll tell you what happened. Somebody was released from prison because he was into stealing and came to church. And they told me that guy was in prison. I said, okay, it's time for us to start rehabilitating and working. Because that's what the church is. The church is a rehabilitation center. And this person had the effrontery to come to me and say, this guy was released from prison. I said, yes, sir, we have to be careful. Now he's here. Maybe he's going to bring his gang. I said, do you know how fortify this place? They don't burn the person well. Do you know where you are? He said, no, we need to talk to him so that I can just please leave. Let him change properly. I thought it was a joke. The next day I get a message. This guy is still coming to church. Daddy, what are we doing about it? And I said, that's what the church is for. To change people. And the next thing I see, Daddy, I've been speaking to you for the past 3 weeks. You have to make a choice between me and him. You don't talk to me like that. I'm humble, but you don't talk to me like that. That's the truth. I'm very, very humble. But anything that has threats, I'll tell you to do your worst. I told him, I said, between you and him, I said, I choose him. Doesn't mean I should leave. I said, don't just leave. Get lost. You don't talk to me like that. They say, well, you don't talk. I'm the pastor here. You are not my pastor. I told him, I said, I'm not your brother. I'm your father. You don't tell me, choose. What was Paul before Paul became what he became? Paul was the head of Boko Haram. In his days, he was a killer. He became an apostle. How did you come to God? Don't you have a story? Or Jesus changed you? That you are telling me somebody should leave because you are not comfortable with the present. You get out. So whatever you want to say, that's your business. Are you following what I'm talking about? We must be very careful. You didn't come to church to tell us what to do. You want to control pastor. You want to control pastor's wife. You want to tell, because you can't have your way, so you want to leave. Get out. Pastor wants to preach. He's careful not to offend you. Who are you? It doesn't happen here. It doesn't happen here. We have a lot of intelligent people in this crowd. Well-schooled. Amuna has a PhD in law. Osigbe Meda has his PhD. You know how many PhDs? This place we play with PhDs. People are sitting there looking at me, they have PhDs and not less than 50 in this place. You think they went to school to become stupid? There are things you don't do. So long any leader does not affect your faith in Jesus. The only thing that will make you uncomfortable is when your faith is not being affected. Not you judging people. The Christianity of these days is getting me irritated. Judging everybody. This one is going to hell. That one is going to hell. As if you have the register. Am I communicating here? It's not a good thing to do. We don't judge people. When God shows you a problem in the brother's life or a sister's life, is that you might pray. You might counsel them. You might instruct them. You might direct, oh Lord, fix this person. Hallelujah. The third is attack. There are people who are attacked with all kinds of plagues. That's why we are here this morning. That every attack on your body, every attack on your health, the Lord takes it out now.